Good morning, Meshach. It is Thursday, June 22nd, and I feel like weirdly caught making this video. You know, like I feel like a show that refuses to end after they keep on implying that one of their main characters is gonna die off. Kind of like The Walking Dead. I didn't die. I'm still very much alive. And the worst part is I didn't even post to my new channel yet. I did make some art for that new channel, for a new profile picture and a background picture, and I added new pages and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I think the first video for that channel will be out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But who knows? Maybe not. I've got a life to live, and we're gonna discuss today a little bit how crazy that life is. Yeah, well, what is this video about? Well, I wanted to inform everyone that episode 2 of our podcast is out right now. It's the last video on our channel, and you should go check it out. And B, I wanted to discuss how we are all living in the weirdest possible timeline. And I feel like today especially was a weird day for me. So let's get right into it. So I woke up at like 6 a.m. because earlier this week I got invited to go to the White House because the Indian Prime Minister was going to be visiting the United States, and there's a welcoming event for him at the White House. So anyways, I get up and I go to the White House like 3 hours early, and I'm just kind of wandering around, and like there's not much more to this story. Like I always imagined going to the White House to be this like really big dramatic thing, but it's just kind of a place, and like I didn't even go inside or anything. So there were a bunch of people there, and then we went outside and there was a lawn, and there's a lot of fanfare just like you see on TV. The bands are playing and the flags are marched out and lots of announcements, and then 40 minutes into the event that you've been at for 4 hours, the Indian Prime Minister and the President arrive. They both give the most boring speeches ever, just saying all the things that they have to say. And then they kind of like wave at the crowd a little bit, and then they leave. And that's the whole thing. Now, I'm saying that like it isn't really cool. Every time I go to the White House, I'm like super giddy and take a bunch of pictures. Here's one of those pictures. That's me and my friend Jack. So that's how I started my day. Then I get back to my office, and the governor of Minnesota is there. Tim Walz, just walking around the office. And I have to keep reminding myself that that's weird. It's become more normal for me with time to see Democratic governors in my office for Democratic governors, but it's still a really cool and weird and jarring experience to see the state official come in with all his security, and then I'm just there doing like a boring desk job all day long today. What I was doing is like checking if 2 contacts were duplicates, which by the way has been driving me absolutely insane. I strongly do not recommend it. You just click in one spot, check if things are the same, click in another spot, you're done all day long, and I'm going crazy. I'm also going crazy just because the times are really weird. So yesterday I got a message from the wonderful, beautiful Jillian Place who was like, "What do you think about the billionaire submarine situation?" And I was like, what? As it turns out, a billionaire who had gone to space decided that he wanted to go to the Titanic, I guess, in a submarine called Titan. Is that right? That's ironic, right? That's funny. Am I the only one that thinks that's funny? So then he goes there without certain checks done and using an Xbox controller. Is that true, or is that just a rumor? And then he and a bunch of other people die in this shipwreck. And am I the only one weirded out by the fact that everyone is just like not just okay with these people dying, but are like cheering it on? I'm not like a billionaire shill by any means, but a bunch of the memes that I'm seeing about these people dying at sea are really brutal. Like these people were crushed under the weight of the ocean probably, and a bunch of them died, and I'm seeing a lot of people being not just okay with it, but like enthusiastic about it, which feels weird to me. Feels weird that society is so on board. I don't know. I guess eat the rich though, right? That is a really weird conversation, long conversation. I don't think we should necessarily eat the rich, but I do think the rich do a lot of bad things sometimes, but some of them do really good things. It's a complicated thing. So yeah, while that's going on, other billionaires, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, are agreeing to a cage fight. And like I said, we're just living in the weirdest possible timeline. Like, I never thought the guy that bought PayPal and Mark Zuckerberg, person who invented Harvard dating site, would be having a cage fight. Or for that matter, that one of those people would buy Twitter for, what was it, $44 billion? God, maybe we should eat the rich. And then I just have to keep reminding myself, like, Trump's getting indicted? And that's just kind of still hanging in the air. And there I am, all day long, clicking the same 3 buttons. Checking if they're duplicates. Checking if they're duplicates. Checking if they're duplicates. That's what I'm doing while all this shit is going on. There's obviously a lot more about why we're living in the weirdest timeline, but I might just leave this as a teaser for another video that I'm gonna make on the Sam experiment, which is why you should go subscribe over there. Gonna be making more videos over there so you get more Sam content. Hopefully a video out tomorrow, which should be exciting. It'll be my first one. With that, Meshach, you texted me earlier and it sounds like you are having a rough day. So I hope your day gets a little bit easier, a little bit better. Meshach Schmackers, I will see you next week for the 3rd episode of our podcast, and then probably again for your regularly scheduled Thursday episode of Sam and Meshach, because I can't stop myself, because I love doing it. I do it for the craft. I do it for the fans. All right. I love you guys. Peace out.